anybody that's listening or watching, Senator Mark Wayne Mullin and myself, our first exchange, never met you before.
Yeah.
My first time ever testifying in a Senate hearing. And, intimidating, not going to lie to you. I never did anything like that. So we get the
Really? That was your first time to ever testify?
Yeah. And you blew it up.
You handled yourself pretty good.
Oh, you did all right yourself.
Of course. I'm a professional. Okay.
So,
I'm kidding.
So here's the best. I go into this thing and for us, I have a great team. They prepare the brief.
Yeah.
What do you put in like a week before or whatever, and before your testimony?
Right. You're sworn in, or you're
and then
sworn in testimony.
Yeah, and then you got to condense it to like 2 or 3 minutes. So we have all this opposition research that we do, and we weren't too worried about the Dems because we knew most of them. We really didn't know a lot of the Republicans outside of Josh Hawley, and I think who else was on that committee at the time? Senator Cassidy. So the only one we didn't have opposition research was you. I didn't know anything about you. And so when you start, we just finished the UPS agreement, negotiated. So when you start going on about the UPS stuff, and then I'm like, who is this guy? And I'm thinking these things are supposed to be friendly, wasn't going to be anything. And then boom, it pops off, right? I was like, who the hell is this guy? And then we went at it back and forth. And Bernie Sanders, remember him?
Oh, but no, Bernie, his head turned like a color of an apple.
It was like getting yelled at by your grandfather coming in late at night. But that was our first kind of exchange. And then, I took it to another level outside after the first hearing. You respond back, and we went back and forth for about a month or two. And then we ended up having another hearing, and you come in prepared. You had the easel all ready to go, and we just started going at it again. And the one thing that I liked about the whole thing is, even after the first time, I grew up in a neighborhood, and most of friendships begin after conflict.
Yeah. And
like I knew.
There's a mutual respect.
Right. And I knew like we were going to be friends at some point. But it was pretty funny though.
Yeah. Well, it was fun. Looking back, it was funny, right? I think the most common is this is the time, this is the place.
Right.
That's the one that gets the most comments. But if people ask me, was I prepared to say? I wasn't. I actually wasn't.
Well, you didn't have a tie on the first time, right? I think.
Oh, probably not. But I don't wear ties.
Yeah,
a lot.
No, but I was like, everybody's in a tie.
Yeah.
And I'm like looking at him, sizing him up, and I'm like, this guy came without a tie. Like he really wants to go.
No, I don't. I hate ties. And the only time you'll see me with a tie is when we're voting. Mm-hmm. So we have votes today, obviously. But I wouldn't. I typically don't wear a tie because I feel like anyways, I don't like suits either. But that particular hearing, I wasn't for sure where it was going to go.
Right.
But I wasn't prepared. Like I didn't plan on going that way with it. It just happened. But mutual respect. President Trump loves you.
Yeah.
And with a tremendous amount of respect. He likes the tough guy persona. He likes a guy that's a straight shooter. You're a straight shooter. And so after he met with you, that's when he called and he says, hey, you two will be friends. Right. And so he says, you all need to talk together. And it was funny because when he tried to negotiate it, then you ended up choosing this Italian restaurant that was right behind my house. Literally. I mean, like I could walk out my house, walk across the parking lot, walk into this Italian restaurant. I had no idea it was even there.
Really?
And I didn't know. I mean,
I live right around the corner from
it was
that.
Literally right around the corner.
It's funny. Like people were trying to promote this big fight between us, right?
Which would have been a great fundraiser, by the way.
And, I'm like, I'll see him in a park or something, like, typical neighborhood stuff, right? Not knowing literally, like we live a block away from each other.
Yeah, right around the corner.
And when he said, I live right over here, I'm like, this actually could have probably happened, right? And but it was fine. It actually worked out well because there's things we're gonna agree to disagree on,
right?
But there's things that we can work together on, and I was just amazed at looking back how many people were just trying to promote like this chaos and divide, even though we already had the two exchanges. It was just like people were feeding off of it. But I'll tell you one thing, the good thing about it was, we were headline news for a long time. Yeah,
but Sean, I think what happened is that I wasn't mad. It was just a matter of fact. It was just business.
Right.
You took it the same way. It's just a matter of business. But it's two guys that handled themselves like men used to handle things.
Right.
And DC isn't used to that.
Oh,
we weren't cursing at each other. It was just like, okay, it's what it is. But that's a mutual respect that you can get. And I think that's why, politically we may not line up on everything,
Right.
but there's a mutual respect behind it because, as you said, sometimes friendship starts with conflict,
Right.
because you get a respect about it. And that's when the president said that I think you two would get along because he saw the personality. And when we first sat down and talked to that restaurant, I had so much respect for you because I didn't know what to expect. I
didn't either. I was walking in there because our chief of staff, I think, kind of negotiated that
Right.
to go in there. And when we walked in, like, I was tense. I'm not going to lie. And you're tense. And I'm like, all right, let's look at worst case scenario. If it pops off, it's a small place. It'll go down for about 5 seconds, and then we'll be out.